Fake belly fat. Don't let anterior pelvic tilt fool you. Press your back against the wall right now. If your hand can slide easily through the gap at your lower back, congratulations! You've just found the real reason why you're skinny fat. You're wasting thousands of dollars on diet pills and gym memberships, while the real issue is that 90% of lower back arching is caused by sitting at a desk for more than 6 hours a day. About 85% of men under 45 are suffering from pelvic misalignment but think they just have belly fat. Shocking, right? You probably didn't realize you were part of that statistic. Anterior pelvic tilt is the silent thief ruining your physique. You heard that right. This is a leading cause of long-term disability in men. Fix it now or risk paralysis. Look closely. Here's me fat and here's me skinny, just 1 second apart. I didn't lose weight, I just did a pelvic reset. So, how do you fix a protruding pelvis? I've struggled with this exact issue before, and today's video is your golden roadmap to returning your pelvis to a neutral position and erasing that fake belly fat forever. Hit that like button if you're ready to learn, and let's get started. Why does your pelvis keep dumping forward like that? You don't have bad genetics. You have a warning sign. Thin arms, thin legs, no chest muscle, no visible abs. Yet fat piles up around your waistband and your lower belly pushes out. You panic and chase fat burners, crash diets, and endless cardio. But if the real problem is posture, you're attacking the wrong target and wasting time. Your office chair is not harmless. Sitting 8 to 10 hours a day keeps your hip flexors shortened and locked. Over time, they tighten, harden, and stay on. When you stand up, those tight muscles pull your pelvis forward, your lower back arches, your abdomen is forced outward. Your belly looks bigger, even when you aren't truly fat. This is not just cosmetic. This is structural stress, the chain reaction of dysfunction. Then the next failure hits: weak glutes and hamstrings. You train your chest and arms because you want quick mirror results. You ignore the muscles that stabilize your pelvis. When your glutes and hamstrings are weak, they can't hold your pelvis in neutral. Your pelvis keeps tipping forward. Your spine stays under load. Your lower back absorbs the pressure every minute you stand, walk, or lift. Pain becomes normal. Stiffness becomes constant. You think sit-ups will flatten your stomach. If you have anterior pelvic tilt, sit-ups can make your body look worse and push you closer to chronic pain. When you have anterior pelvic tilt, your abs are often overstretched and weak. So when you do crunches and sit-ups, the movement often shifts onto your hip flexors instead of your abs. Especially if your form is not strict. That means your hip flexors tighten more. Tight hip flexors pull your pelvis farther forward, your lower back arches harder, your lower belly is forced outward. You can train abs for weeks and still watch your stomach stick out more. This is not just fat, this is alignment. When your pelvis tips forward, your abdominal wall loses stable support. Your core cannot hold your torso in a strong position. Your stomach and intestines can shift forward, increasing outward pressure on the lower abdomen. The result is a lower belly bulge, even if your diet is clean and your body fat is not high. Here is the threat. If you keep repeating the wrong ab training, you can lock in pelvic tilt, increase back strain, and build a daily pattern of tightness and pain. You don't need surgery or drugs. You need to stop feeding your hip flexors, restore pelvic position, strengthen your deep core correctly, and rebuild glutes and hamstrings to stabilize your body. You do not need complicated programs. You need strict correction. 3 biomechanical drills, done consistently, can change how your waist looks and how your back functions. The biggest mistake is obsessing over calories while ignoring alignment. If your pelvis stays tilted forward, your lower belly keeps protruding, your lower back stays under constant stress, and your risk of chronic pain rises. That is the threat. Alignment must be your priority, not an extra detail. Phase 1. Build your base and correct anterior pelvic tilt. You must become consistent with training, reduce the visible effect of pelvic tilt so your waist looks flatter, and control nutrition without extreme dieting. If you skip this phase, the problem does not go away. It becomes harder to reverse. Daily nutrition is non-negotiable. Keep calories stable, but replace carbohydrates with protein. Your target is 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. For the first 2 days, record everything you eat. Daily posture work is mandatory. Perform the sprinter lunge every day to lengthen tight hip flexors and activate your glutes. Tight hip flexors pull your pelvis forward. A forward pelvis increases your lower back arch. A bigger arch pushes your abdomen outward. Ignore this, and the belly appearance and back strain continue. During this phase, do not stretch your hamstrings. Many people stretch the wrong area and worsen pelvic mechanics. Your priority is correcting the anterior pull, not adding more tension. Core training requires discipline. Choose abdominal exercises that minimize hip flexor involvement. Do not rely on sit-ups or high-rep moves that shift the work into your hip flexors. If your hip flexors dominate, pelvic tilt worsens and your lower belly protrusion becomes more obvious. Weekly training is direct, 3 full-body sessions per week. Learn compound lifts, squat, bench press, deadlift. Focus on technique, not heavy weight. Watch your posture and movement patterns to identify mechanical errors early, because repeating bad form builds dysfunction, increases back stress, and raises injury risk. Month 1 is corrective. Treat it casually, and pain becomes routine while mobility declines. Follow it strictly, and your body starts to stabilize fast. Phase 2 covers months 2 and 3, growth and muscle hypertrophy. This is the phase where results should become obvious, and it is also the phase where most people sabotage themselves. If you stall here, the skinny fat look stays. Soft waist, weak frame, no definition. Your body does not change because your training is not strict enough or your nutrition is not consistent enough. Your daily rules are strict and simple. Protein stays high and stable every day. If you let protein drop, you slow muscle growth and you protect the soft look you hate. If you want fat loss to move faster, you can reduce your calorie intake by 200 to 300 calories below your maintenance level. Keep it controlled. If you cut too hard, strength drops, recovery fails. Then you end up smaller, weaker, and still unhappy with the mirror. Your weekly training is not optional. Progressive overload is required. Every week must increase demand through weight, reps, sets, or overall intensity. If the numbers do not rise over time, your body has no reason to adapt. Working hard is not the standard. Measurable progression is the standard. Then you add isolation work with purpose. This increases training volume and targets smaller muscle groups that often stay underdeveloped. It also improves neuromuscular control, which helps you train with better form and stronger muscle activation. If you skip isolation work, weak areas stay weak and your physique stays uneven. Consistency is the final rule. Missing sessions breaks progression and destroys momentum. A few missed weeks can erase visible improvements and push you back into frustration. In this phase, the outcome is determined by adherence. Train consistently, keep protein high, progress weekly, and your body changes. Fail to do those things, and your body stays the same. Phase 3 starts in month 4 and continues long-term refinement and maintenance. This is where many people fail because they get comfortable. If you get careless now, the old body returns. Fat creeps back, your waist thickens, your posture slips, your training numbers drop. Then you are back to the same frustration, except this time you know it was preventable. Your monthly priority is nutrition precision. Now that you have muscle, you can target the final layer of fat directly. You tighten calories with discipline, you control food quality, and you keep protein high to protect lean mass. If you stop tracking and start guessing again, fat loss slows or stops. If you cut calories too aggressively, you lose strength and you lose muscle. That is not a diet mistake. That is regression. Next, you must keep corrective work in your program. Anterior pelvic tilt can return fast when you sit for long hours. Hip flexors tighten again. Glutes stop firing properly. Your pelvis tips forward again. That increases lower back stress and makes your lower belly look worse. If you drop the support exercises that maintain spinal and pelvic stability, you increase the chance of pain and you reduce training quality. When training quality drops, results drop. Then you have to prevent plateaus on purpose. You change your training plan periodically so progress does not stall. That means planned adjustments to exercises, rep ranges, total volume, intensity, or weekly structure. If you do the same plan for too long, you stop adapting. Strength stops rising. Your physique stops improving. Motivation drops. Consistency breaks. The decline starts. Phase 3 is not optional. It decides whether you keep your results or lose them. If you stay strict with nutrition, maintain pelvic and spine support work, update training before you stall, you stay leaner, stronger, and stable. You must ensure a high protein intake, specifically around 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. You can build muscle even in a slight caloric deficit as long as protein is sufficient. Do not starve yourself. Getting skinnier is not the solution for skinny fat. Building muscle is.